Hi, I'm Mr. Rick, and this is Buttons for My Lanyard, number 4. Okay, first up here, I got a picture of a stop sign being swallowed up by a tree. What does it mean? But yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh, that is so rad. I got to put that on a button, and I did. But it's weird because, like, now that I'm trying to explain it, it's hard because at first it seemed like really positive vibesy, like, nuts to you, stop sign. That tree's gonna grow. Ain't stopping for nobody's sign. Like, no cop, no stop. But then I started to overthink it, like I do. It's like, wait, I'm a human. I'm not a tree. What if it's like I'm the one stopped at a stop sign, stopped for so long that a tree grew up around it, and I've just been wasting my life for years hanging out with a tree and a stop sign? Or wait, what if it's like the Lord of the Rings and the hobbits were swallowed up by Old Man Willow, and like I'm being swallowed up by the tree because like I'm the stop sign, and like now there's no more stop sign, and there's a horrible car accident because the driver couldn't see me, and be like, oh no, Mr. Frodo, what is this waking traffical nightmare? But yeah, then I screwed my head back on straight, and I was like, nah, let's get back to my first impulse, talking like Bruce Springsteen when he sings in his song Growing Up. He sings, when they said sit down, I stood up. It's like, yeah. When they said stop growing, I said, nah, I'm gonna grow. Grow just like this tree, year by year, spurt by spurt, season by season. And I'm gonna keep growing until finally no more stop sign. And maybe it won't cause a traffic accident after all. Maybe it'll cause a free-flowing, uninhibited, beautiful beginning motion not stopped by anything. Yeah, that's what I think this button is all about. Okay, here's my next button. It has on it the phrase, what's your wrong way, kids? And then it has some little pics of people who did things the wrong way. But they still succeeded, prodigiously even. So first I want to talk about Dave Grohl, one of my favorite musicians ever. You should read his autobiography, Tales of Life and Music, or listen to him read an audiobook. That's great. I did it. You should too. But yeah, what made me even start this whole button, though, was when I saw his picture of him drumming. And I was like, that's not how you hold a drumstick, Dave. Because when I went to music college, I was taught the correct way to hold a drumstick. And it sure wasn't by gripping the whole butt end with my fisty palm all tight like the Flintstones or whatever. But Dave, man, he didn't go to music college with everybody telling him the best way to do it. He just started whacking pillows with sticks along the records that he liked, His dad wasn't paying for music lessons. He was like a suit and tie guy, did not approve of his son's drumming dream. But yeah, that's our first example of somebody doing something the textbook wrong way, but it still worked out. Even better, maybe, than it would have if they had done it the right way. Okay, next I'm going to talk about Rick Barry doing the granny shot free throw, which is a totally unorthodox way of doing that. It's where you bend your legs, swing your arms, and just kind of lob it up there. Looks silly. But, I mean, Rick, he's got the 4th highest free throw percentage of all time, man. Highest for a non-guard shooter, even. Hall of Fame, man. All from doing it the silly, wrong way. Next, Jimi Hendrix, Rolling Stone magazine's #1 guitar player all time. And guess what? Yup, played his guitar all wrong. Not only did he play it left-handed, which is kind of weird in the first place. I mean, like, the guitar is the only instrument that anyone even made a left-handed version for anyway that I can think of. Like, I mean, there's no, like, left-handed violins or left-handed pianos, right? That'd be weird. But yeah, and also a lot of times Jimmy, he'd just flip a right-handed guitar over and restring it so the pegs were upside down. I'm like, what? But you guys, that's not even the main thing I'm talking about. Okay, so he was notorious for his thumb wraparound technique. That was his main wrong way. Like, he'd reach his thumb around the guitar neck and use to squeeze the low E string for bass notes all the time. And like, maybe I do that for like a D/F sharp inversion sometimes, but like, he's the one who do it all the time. Like, who does that, Best guitarist ever, I guess. Oh, and also got to mention, because he did it that way, it would like mean the regular bar chords, A string notes would have been like left out. But like, that would leave this like nice clean hole in the sonic spectrum where those overtones from that note of the chord usually are. So like, I mean, you can't mistake the sound it makes with that voicing because he did it the wrong way. I mean, it's all Jimmy's own, man. It's crisp. Take it to heart. All right, next up, golf. Now, I don't know anything about golf, you guys, but I guess there's lots of golfers who swing the club all kinds of weirds and wrong ways. Like even Jack Nicklaus, the greatest. Tiger never caught him. He had this weird backswing that people said wasn't right. And he's the GOAT, so there. But then my favorite story when I was looking up golf stuff was Seve Ballesteros, who I guess grew up so underprivileged that he only ever had a 3-iron to practice with. And he got so good at using just that club, that when he turned pro, he'd still just use that club in all kinds of so-called wrong times to use it. No one's trying to use a 3-iron in those situations. But it was his way, man. Their wrong way, his right way. Just like Happy Gilmore 2, man. That's a movie. Gotta watch it. All right, next up, Jackson Pollock, the painter, who actually did start out studying and doing whatever the art world's current right way was. Like he just wanted to be Picasso, I guess. But then who knows how it happened. He started developing and using this like dripping the paint technique, like his brand new style. And like most artists before that be like, man, don't be dripping the paint. Don't be spilling it. That's wasteful. That's sloppy. That's wrong. But somehow, someday, some way, he was like, nah. This is right. I like this. And he got his whole body into it. Like, not like, Bob Ross's Happy Little Clouds, like dab, dab, dab. No, he got his whole body. He got whole body physical with his dripping and his spilling all over the painting on the floor. Like, it's like a beautiful making a mess, messy dancing madman paint style. And everybody at first was like, that's dumb. But he stuck to his vision until people caught up with him. And they did, because like 10 years ago, you guys, one of his paintings sold for $200 million. 5th most expensive painting ever sold. That's not so dumb. Next up is Dick Fosbury, gold medal Olympian for the high jump. So before he came along, everybody did the high jump using the straddle technique. Kind of like you're getting up onto a horse with no hands. But Fosbury, he pioneered what's now called the Fosbury flop, where you just jump up there backwards, arching your back, and you flop your legs over. And nowadays, almost everybody does it that way. So yeah, what used to be the wrong way actually became the right way. Like, how often does that happen, right? All right, so like when I was writing this, I did realize, this button's kind of a sausage party, isn't it? Like, why I gotta be so sexist, Rick? But I mean, I don't know, maybe women just do everything the right way already. I mean, ask my wife, but not, just kidding, I got one. So what about Joni Mitchell, folk singer, guitarist? Great example. So she was notorious for not using the standard guitar tuning, also known as the right way to tune a guitar, I guess. And it wasn't just one wrong way that she tuned her instrument. She had like 50 different non-standard tunings she used for her songs. 50 of them, you guys, just bananas. And why'd she do that? Well, you'd have to ask her, but the internet thinks it might be in part because like she had polio when she was young. And so maybe because her hand was kind of weakened by it, she was like, screw bar chords, man. I'm just going to tune the strings so they sound good already, how I want them to sound for each song. Of course, then I'm over here like, but Joni, if you don't, if you're using all these different tunings all the time, how can you even know what frets to press down when you how do you keep track? How are you going to change your chords? And Joni's like, well, I'll just press down what frets I want until they sound good to me too. Same thing. What's the big deal? Dang. And I mean, don't you just love that, you guys? It's so great. Just no inhibitions, no fear, no limitations. That's innovation. And all these things, you guys just, you just make it how you want. You play it how you want to play it. You shoot it, jump, paint, swing it how you want to swing it. Or like me, one of my wrong ways that I like, I mean, it's kind of lame, you guys, but what about spelling? Like, personally, I like to spell words the wrong way sometimes, just to remind myself, like, why not? I mean, have you seen the English language? All right, you got to remember, it's not sacrosanct. It never was. It's like sometimes to highlight this truth, I'll spell my name on the board wrong. Just spell it like R-I-K-C, like flip around the K with the C backwards, because, like, why not, And then the student's like, why'd you do that, Mr. Rick? I'm like, why, indeed, did I do that? Got to make these kids think. Like, if you've ever been to my website, robot.com, I spell that all kinds of wrong. Like, I'm throwing a silent J in there. And like, why? Well, again, I just like to remind myself, you can do that. You can do that kind of thing. Why not? Just try something different. Listen to your gut. Use your intuition. Drift around at a daydream and then put it down. What you think it could be. Could be, not should be. All right. Sometimes you just have to, what the Buddhists call the beginner's mind. Be open and curious to new possibilities. Play around. Let go of your preconceptions. And hey, maybe you'll find a wrong way all your own. That could even be the thing that leads you past whatever kind of stop signs that you might have, got you stuck in traffic right now. And you don't even need the right of way, man, because you got the wrong of way, but you made it right. Like the emperor. Maybe that emperor, he's got no clothes. He's naked, and you got a whole new wardrobe for him. But hey, all right. Thanks for watching. Buttons for my lanyard. See you next time.